looping dreams of anxiety, of being chased, of losing control. These are extraction programs designed to generate the emotional frequencies that archons consume. But there is another possibility. Jesus knew that the same doorway used for harvesting could be used for liberation. The state between waking and sleeping, what modern researchers call the hypnagogic state, is not just a biological transition. It is a spiritual portal, a crack in the prison wall. And if you know how to move through it consciously, you can exit the body without dying. This is what he taught the disciples, not in parables, not in symbols, direct instruction. The Gospel of Thomas, one of the texts the church labeled heretical and tried to destroy, contains fragments of this teaching. In saying 42, Jesus says simply, "Become passers-by." Most scholars interpret this as a metaphor for detachment, but the Gnostics understood it literally. Become beings who pass through, who cross the boundary, who exit and return. The Pistis Sophia, another Gnostic text that survived, goes even further. It describes the soul's journey through the heavens, past the archons who guard each gate, and back to the realm of light. But here is what most people miss. This journey does not require physical death. The text speaks of those who have learned to ascend while still in the body, the living who walk among the dead. This is the secret the church could never allow. Think about why. If every human being could learn to exit the body during sleep, to experience the monad directly, to return with the knowledge that this physical world is not their true home, the entire system of control would collapse. No one would fear death. No one would cling to material possessions. No one would need a priest to intercede between them and the divine. The archonic system depends on your ignorance. It depends on you believing that this body is all you are, that this life is your only chance, that death is either the end or a gamble on some future judgment. But what if you could die every night and return every morning? What if sleep was never meant to be unconscious? The yogis of the East discovered fragments of this same truth. They called it Yoga Nidra, conscious sleep. The Tibetan masters developed dream yoga, techniques for maintaining awareness as the body entered the sleep state. But these traditions took decades to master. They required renunciation of ordinary life. They were paths for monks, not for fishermen and tax collectors. What Jesus taught was different, faster, more direct. He did not ask his disciples to spend 20 years in meditation. He did not demand they withdraw from the world. He gave them a key that worked immediately, a frequency that opened the gate, a state of consciousness that could be achieved in a single night by anyone who was ready. The question is, are you ready? Because readiness is not about worthiness. It is not about being morally pure or spiritually advanced. Readiness is about recognition. It is about that moment when you hear something and your entire being says, "Yes, I remember this." That recognition is the spark of the monad inside you, responding to its own frequency. It is your true self waking up inside the dream. And if you have made it this far into this video, that recognition is already happening. The archons cannot stop what is already in motion. They can distract you. They can make you sleepy. They can fill your mind with doubts and questions and the sudden urge to check your phone. But they cannot extinguish the spark that is now remembering. So, let us go deeper. The gate I am about to describe exists in a very specific location within consciousness. It is not above you. It is not outside you. It is in the space between your thoughts, in the silence that exists beneath the constant noise of your mind. Jesus called this place the kingdom of heaven, and he said, "It is within you." not in the sky, not after